that is way too close. I'll need to get down. Okay, that's fine. Yum. Can I get that down there? Yep. Good, good. Okay. Okay, let's move this thing a little bit if I can. Just a little bit. Let's see. Sunk right in the mud. Wow. I think we're good for now. Look a little bit more on this side. There we go. Okay, just getting set up for tomorrow. Alright, let's do this. Let's get these in there so they're out of the way. With your legs, not your back. Or there's dirt in there now. There we go. Oh no, it's just not level. Alright, so I need to pull it away from the wall. We'll try it again. Alright, that's good enough. Let's get that anchored with a cross brace and we're done for the night. Okay. These ones are a little different than the other ones. Go ahead and spread these to where they need to be. In the correct rung there and there, which means the other side is set up too. And then there and here. Okay. Alright, one more set. Okay. Alright, so basically what we want to do is spread them first to the appropriate width or height and then put them on. Perfect. Alright, so then we need another aluminum board that we'll put up there, right? And then we'll be ready to start tomorrow. So I did some demo work in here and I noticed that the roof up there is leaking. Water's dripping down here. And it rotted the floor basically over time. So that must have been going on for quite a while. Looks like years. But it's okay because they repaired some of it but didn't want to dismantle the closet. But I did. So, yeah, we'll have to keep going on that. The leak on the roof is minimal now, but it's still there. It's a slow leak. It's probably a couple screws. I actually was up on the roof a while ago, and I noticed they used drywall screws in some places. They didn't even use the roofing screws with the rubber grommet on it. But I've been butyl taping all of the leak points with the even with the old rubber grommets. They kind of got a little dry rotted. Ultimately, I'm going to Sikaflex all of them on a separate project, but that's not for a while. I want to get the structural work done here first. Now the thing is, I don't think the rim joists on this side of the house are affected at all. So we're probably just going to take some of that top bottom plate off and take a peek in there, because I do recall a tunnel, termite tunnel, at the bottom plate right there, but I don't think they went down. So I think they were coming this way and that way, but going down over there. So the wood's pretty dang solid over here. I don't anticipate a whole lot of work right now as is. So if you notice, they even reframed these windows. They didn't do it too bad, but they're not the windows we're using. So we're going to pull the windows out and reframe. But the bottom plate, like I said, I want to take a peek at. So we're going to be using the multi-tool to get some of that bottom plate out to where it's solid. And where that lies, I don't know. But after the bottom plate's done, we'll reinforce as far. We're going to keep coming over, so I'll reinforce this joist and this joist here maybe while we take the studs out. So, but before we do that, the L beam on this side has some weird happenings to it. Let me show you. So, see that right there? The nails are like not even there. Oh, there's a huge spider up there. I just saw it move. That water you see, it's not water, it's bifin. But yeah, before I start monkeying around up there, I have to, by the way, I have to spray. Yeah, that's a pretty powerful concoction I mixed up there. But I definitely don't want to get bit, so... Wow. But yeah, look, like even on this one here, it looks like we had some lateral movement on this L beam. That's the only way I can describe it, or they moved it over violently with sledgehammer or something like that. I don't understand what I'm seeing here. There's lateral movement from our right to the left on that beam, but only on this side. The other side's perfect. Weird. So I'm thinking maybe they moved the rafters over, or we're just swinging at them. I don't know. Trying to cause damage. That would probably be it. Like in, you know. Okay, so in any event, let's not figure out why, but let's just figure out what we're going to do. So we're going to grab the oscillating tool, or maybe the cutoff wheel, as soon as we get that spider taken care of. And clean this up. Like I'm going to chip away this wood right here. And get the nails out of the way, and then we're going to run like sister splicing in here up against it, and then we'll tie into both pieces all through here. So I want to reconnect all of these because I rely on this for structural support. This L beam is pretty much supporting the roof, right, where we work. So we definitely want to tie the roof to the L beam. I think it's safe to say, like, while we wait for that spider's demise, we'll we'll keep cleaning up then. How about that? Because this is just too messy. Let's go get this out in the pile to burn. We got the smell of rat pee out of here. That went with the insulation. The last of it just left. It's in this bag. Okay. Alright, so another day at work here, and kind of already set up the scaffolding the other day and took some panels out to see how bad it might be. So I'm thinking now it's just the bottom plate, and I'll probably just restud the whole thing. I probably won't reuse any of the studs. It's just easier and quicker. Alright, so I basically haven't done any of this. I was just waiting, right? Alright, I think I'll just gonna Christmas present this bad boy. Like that. Like that. Like that. Work here. And like that. Alright guys, so we're back, and I'm just about done reinforcing the L-beam with sister plates across all there, because somehow there ended up being a gap up there for a lot of them. Somehow there'd be a large gap like that. So let me show you how I actually finished this project. Basically, let's see here. First thing we're going to do is jack up and put pressure on the rafter, or ceiling joist, technically. Okay. So, here. A little bit. really a two-person job. A lot of this is a two-person job, really. Okay, so it's just a little bit of pressure, and then I come from the top down and put the nails back in their place, like this. All right. Nice height. Okay. But now at least I'll have something to put the ceiling onto. Extra. Reinforced L-beam again. Totally connected to each one. I used the cutoff wheel. Got those out. Reattached that. This one didn't need any work really. I just put 2 screws in it. And we're done. Now we're ready to take out this whole wall. And the real reason for it is this bottom board. So the bottom plate is rotten right here and right here. But that's the only 2 spots, but I'm going to do the whole wall.
Here I am peering out on the left side, looking at the damage done by the termites. Essentially, the termites had brought up the clay and the sand and made a nest in there, it seems. Now, they left a long time ago, right? But the colony, I should say their structure is still there. So it's, I don't know, it's like a California corner, but there's empty spaces in that wall that have a lot of clay and sand. So I was trying to figure out what I was going to do to salvage that corner, but eventually I just opt to remove it altogether.
This is why I should have a helper. picked out, guys, but I already had one cut for that. That is fate. Oh my. Alright, so essentially I was doing some research and removing some nails and stuff, and this intermediate studs had clay. I'm thinking from termites a long time ago. I mean, not now, but they did get into the wood. They got into that wood. They didn't really get into the stud, if you notice. They got into the intermediate boards. That's all the wisteria. It grew right up in here. They climbed up the wisteria and just had a field day. Alright, let's get all of these intermediates out and we'll rebuild all of that. Alright, getting back to it. I have to stand these pieces for the corner. I chased back a little bit more than I thought we'd have to on that corner over there by the power box. But it is what it is, you know. Okay, so I need 4 9x3s, and I need California corner. Nice. All the way around. So these can get 3.5s because we're going straight through it all. And then it's break time. Another one. I could switch to my 3s now, but I like the 3.5s really. you don't have a risk of blowing through, right? Ooh, maybe we'll do the mid a couple. Let me do the threes here. Okay, and there's a 3.5 that fell before. We're going to toenail that right into the top, where we'll be almost done. Oh, beautiful. That is a corner rebuilt from scratch with termite protection just in case. Oh. Oh. Talk a little bit about what I just did too. So, the ladder out of our way. Alright, so here we have the original stud and the original piece of the bottom plate, right? I know that's probably not ideal. I would have liked to take it all away, but with as much termite damage as I found, I'm glad I didn't, because those 3 supports, they had to hold the weight of the roof from there to the L beam, which is right above my head. This is where I hang out most of my time. It's right underneath this L beam, which I reinforced already down to the floor. All right, so what do we got left, right? This is the first day since I want to say like July, where I was able to work all through the day. The weather before this day was in the 90s. This is the first day in the high 80s. So I could do 80s. 90s I can't do. I'm too old. Okay. So what do we have here? We have a 16-inch wide panel for the wall once it's done. The interior we're talking now too. Probably not the exterior because I don't mind pulling panels off. They're all screws, they're not nails. But I'll probably do most of my work inside the house since it's going to be air conditioned eventually. So if I can do all my maintenance in here, I will, which includes removing these panels, right, vertically, two of them, 4 foot, 4 foot, then they'll come off, and then over there, 4 foot, 4 foot, and I'll be able to bifen all of the studs and the joists where they're coming in and hanging out indefinitely, right? I'm just making my life easier so that the panels on the right and left won't need to be removed, that it's just the corner panels that will need to be removed. So that was actually my idea. Okay. All right, and we're back, and oh, it's so exciting. All right, I'm gonna switch to scissors now. I like to leave enough to wrap around a little, right? It's kind of like a Christmas present. And then, yeah, straight down here. $45. Oh, we have a window. And then down like that. All right. Here we go. Okay. Nice, I'll take that. All right, so I was able to get the flashing all done. Okay. Seamless interface between the house wrap and the sill. So basically, we're ready to caulk the window and put it in. I think I want to try it this way, and then we'll cut the wood on the ground. We'll cut the paneling on the ground based on the measurements. So I guess it's time to start the window. All right, you guys get to watch me struggle with this. Oh, joy. Normally I like to get everything all set up. Strength, please. Okay. Whee. Okay. Just temporarily put that in there. This is hard work, by the way. It's not easy. Okay. All right, that was the hard part. Now, because we're doing all this work, I'm not using these safety crosses on the inside, but just on the outside. Oh, there we go. There we go. All right, here we go. Okay. And then I'm going to do the top one more time since it's so important. And I have extra anyway. Okay. Nice. See that ooze out. That's a good seal. That's a really good seal with a good caulk. Good, good. All right, let's get to screwing. One right here. Let's do a couple more. Here. And here. Okay. Nice. Well, guys, it has been a long video for me. I think I'm going to end this one here, and then we'll pick up where this one leaves off on the next one. How about that? You know, I really appreciate you guys taking the time out to watch this video. I've been having a lot of fun. It's just too hot to work around here. It's way too hot, but it's getting better. It's probably like 85 right now. It's October 13th, no, 16th, I think, somewhere around there. And, but finally it's starting to get workable, 85. Well, if you enjoyed the video, give it a like, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye.